In the vast expanse of space, aboard the intergalactic slave ship known as the Vortrexus, a young alien named Zara found herself bound in chains, her freedom stripped away by her captors. For as long as she could remember, she had been a personal slave to the cruel Crinian warlord, Thalax. Zara was a member of the Zentari species, a peaceful and intelligent race known for their affinity with technology and their dedication to the preservation of life in the universe. But all that was taken from her the day Thalax's warship raided her home planet, Crinia Prime, enslaving its inhabitants and forcing them to serve his twisted ambitions. As Gara gazed out of the small viewport in her dimly lit cell, she felt a sense of despair wash over her. The stars twinkled in the distance, a reminder of the freedom she once knew and longed to regain. But here, on the cold metal hull of the Vortrexus, her dreams seemed as distant as the void that surrounded them. Her thoughts were interrupted by the sound of heavy footsteps approaching. The door to her cell slid open with a hiss, revealing the imposing figure of Thalax himself. His insectoid eyes glinted with malice as he looked down at Zara, his sharp mandibles clicking in anticipation. "Zara," he hissed, his voice like nails on a chalkboard. "It seems your services are required once more. Follow me." Reluctantly, Zara rose to her feet, the chains around her wrists clinking as she stepped forward. She knew better than to defy Thalax, for his wrath was swift and merciless. With a heavy heart, she followed him out of her cell and into the bowels of the ship. As they walked through the corridors, Zara couldn't help but notice the other enslaved beings that toiled around her. Some were of her own kind, their faces lined with exhaustion and resignation. Others were of different species, their eyes filled with a mixture of fear and defiance. Eventually, they arrived at the main chamber of the ship, where Thalax's command throne loomed over them like a specter of death. Before him stood a group of beings in various states of disrepair, their bodies bearing the marks of cruelty and abuse. Thalax turned to Aura, a wicked grin spreading across his chitinous face. "You will serve as my translator for these new acquisitions," he said. "Make sure they understand their place aboard the Vortrexus." With a sinking feeling in her heart, Zara realized the cruel fate that awaited her. She was nothing more than a pawn in Thalax's game, a tool to be used and discarded at his whim. But as she looked into the eyes of the beings before her, she saw a glimmer of something she thought long extinguished: hope. And in that moment, a spark ignited within her, a spark of rebellion and defiance that would change the course of her destiny forever. As Zara stood before the group of newly enslaved beings, her mind raced with a newfound determination. She would not let Thalax's cruelty go unchallenged, she vowed to herself. With each word she spoke as a translator, she subtly relayed messages of resistance and unity to those who listened. Among the group was a human named Captain Nathan Reed, a former spacefarer and seasoned warrior who had been captured during a skirmish with Thalax's forces. His steely gaze met Zara's with a mix of curiosity and defiance, a glimmer of recognition sparking between them. Unbeknownst to Thalax, Zara and Captain Reed had started to form a plan of escape, a daring plot to overthrow their captors and secure their freedom once and for all. With each passing day, they whispered coded messages to one another, laying the groundwork for their rebellion. One fateful night, as the Vortrexus navigated through a particularly treacherous asteroid field, Zara and Captain Reed put their plan into motion. With a precision honed through weeks of secret communication and collaboration, they overpowered their guards and seized control of the ship's central systems. Chaos erupted aboard the Vortrexus as alarms blared and lights flickered. Thalax's forces scrambled to regain control, but they were no match for the coordinated efforts of Zara, Captain Reed, and their newfound allies. The tide had turned, and the tables had finally shifted in favor of the oppressed. In the heat of the battle, Zara found herself standing face to face with Thalax, his mandibles clicking with rage as he lunged at her with a blade in hand. But Zara was quicker, her reflexes sharpened by years of servitude and hardship. With a swift motion, she disarmed Thalax and stared him down with a steely resolve. "You have no power over us anymore, Thalax," Zara declared, her voice ringing with defiance. "We are free." With a roar of fury, Thalax launched himself at Zara once more, but this time, Captain Reed intervened. The human warrior engaged Thalax in combat, his superior strength and skill proving to be too much for the tyrannical warlord to overcome. In a final act of desperation, Thalax attempted to activate the ship's self-destruct sequence, but Zara and Captain Reed worked together to override the command and prevent the destruction of the Vortraxus. As the dust settled and the last remnants of resistance were quelled, a sense of victory washed over the liberated beings. The once enslaved individuals now stood united, their spirits unbroken and their resolve unwavering. Together, they had defied the odds and triumphed over adversity, proving that even in the darkest corners of the galaxy, the light of freedom and hope could shine through. And in that moment, Zara and Captain Reed knew that their journey was far from over. It was only just beginning. With the tyranny of Thalax vanquished and the chains of oppression shattered, the former slaves aboard the Vortraxus found themselves standing on the precipice of a new beginning. Led by Zara and Captain Reed, they set about establishing a democratic system of governance aboard the once dreaded warship, ensuring that every voice was heard and every being was treated with respect and equality. As days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, a sense of camaraderie and unity flourished among the diverse group of liberated beings. Zara's expertise in technology and communication, combined with Captain Reed's strategic prowess and combat skills, proved to be a formidable combination that guided the fledgling community towards a brighter future. Together, they explored the far reaches of the galaxy, seeking out other oppressed beings in need of aid and liberation. With each rescue mission and act of solidarity, their reputation as freedom fighters spread across the cosmos, earning them the moniker of the Guardians of Liberty. Among the allies they encountered on their journey was a species known as the Raloxians, a peace-loving race with a deep reverence for nature and a unique connection to the cosmic energies that flowed through the universe. The Raloxians offered their knowledge of advanced terraforming techniques and sustainable living practices, further enriching the community aboard the Vortraxus. As the alliance between the liberated beings grew stronger, so too did the bonds of friendship and love that blossomed among them. Zara and Captain Reed found solace and companionship in each other's presence, their shared experiences forging a deep connection that transcended the boundaries of species and culture. One fateful day, as the Vortraxus soared through the vast expanse of space towards a distant star system in need of aid, Zara and Captain Reed stood side by side on the ship's observation deck, gazing out at the shimmering cosmic tapestry before them. "We've come a long way since that fateful day when we first met, Zara," Captain Reed said, his eyes filled with a mixture of pride and affection. "I couldn't have asked for a better partner in this journey of liberation and enlightenment." Zara smiled warmly, her heart brimming with gratitude and love for the human warrior who had shown her compassion and kindness in a universe filled with darkness and cruelty. "And I couldn't have asked for a better ally and friend than you, Nathan," she replied, her voice carrying a depth of emotion that transcended words. As the stars twinkled overhead and the engines of the Vortraxus hummed with purpose, Zara and Captain Reed knew that their alliance was more than just a union of two beings. It was a beacon of hope and inspiration for all those who dared to dream of a better future, united in the pursuit of liberty and justice for all. The Vortraxus hurtled through space, carrying the Guardians of Liberty towards a distant system embroiled in a conflict that threatened the very fabric of existence. Reports had come in of a ruthless warlord known as Warax the Conqueror, who sought to dominate and subjugate all who opposed him, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. Zara and Captain Reed knew that their alliance faced its greatest challenge yet, but they were determined to stand against tyranny and fight for the freedom of those in need. As the Vortraxus approached the besieged planet of Raxia Prime, They could see the tendrils of Warax's vast armada looming ominously in the distance. The Guardians of Liberty sprang into action, coordinating their efforts with the resistance forces on Vraxia Prime and devising a plan to thwart Warax's insidious ambitions. Dara's technological expertise and Captain Reed's tactical acumen proved to be invaluable assets as they prepared for the impending battle. The skies above Vraxia Prime erupted into chaos as the forces of freedom clashed with the oppressive might of Warax's armada. Explosions lit up the void as starships engaged in a deadly game of cat and mouse, weaving through the debris-strewn battlefield with precision and skill. Amidst the chaos, Zara and Captain Reed led the charge, their unwavering resolve inspiring those around them to fight with courage and determination. With each enemy vessel they disabled, and each ally they rescued, the tide of battle turned in favor of the Guardians of Liberty. As the final showdown loomed on the horizon, Zara and Captain Reed found themselves face to face with Warax himself, a towering figure clad in gleaming armor, his eyes filled with malice and superiority. "You dare to defy me, insignificant beings," Warax bellowed, his voice reverberating through the void. "You stand no chance against the might of my empire." But Zara and Captain Reed stood tall, their spirits unbroken and their hearts aflame with the fire of liberation. With a resounding battle cry, they launched themselves into combat, their blades flashing in the starlight as they fought with a ferocity born of their desire for freedom. In a stunning display of courage and skill, the Guardians of Liberty prevailed against Warax and his forces, vanquishing the tyrant and securing the freedom of Vraxia Prime once and for all. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded, a profound sense of peace and serenity descended upon the war-torn planet. Together, Zara and Captain Reed stood amidst the rubble and wreckage, their hands clasped in solidarity as they surveyed the world they had helped save. In that moment, they knew that their alliance had transcended mere friendship and camaraderie. It had become a beacon of hope and inspiration for all those who sought to defy oppression and embrace the light of freedom. And as the sun set on the horizon, casting a warm glow over the liberated planet of Vraxia Prime, the Guardians of Liberty stood united in their victory, ready to embark on new adventures and face new challenges as they continued their journey towards a future filled with promise and possibility. With the threat of Warax the Conqueror vanquished and the planet of Vraxia Prime liberated from oppression, the Guardians of Liberty stood united in the aftermath of their hard-fought victory. The once war-torn world now teemed with life and hope, its inhabitants free to rebuild and thrive in a newfound era of peace and prosperity. As Gara and Captain Reed walked through the bustling streets of Vraxia Prime, they were met with cheers and gratitude from the grateful citizens who had witnessed their bravery and sacrifice. Children played in the sunlit squares, while elders shared tales of the legendary heroes who had saved their world from ruin. "We couldn't have done it without the strength and resilience of the people of Vraxia Prime," Zara said, her voice tinged with emotion as she looked upon the faces of those whose freedom they had fought to protect. Captain Reed nodded, a sense of pride swelling within him as he beheld the courage and unity of the liberated beings. "They are the true heroes of this story," he replied, his eyes shining with admiration. "Their spirit and resilience inspired us to fight on even in the darkest of times." As the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, the Guardians of Liberty continued their journey across the galaxy, seeking out those in need of aid and standing against oppression wherever it reared its ugly head. Each new encounter tested their resolve and strengthened their bond, forging a legacy of courage and compassion that resonated across the stars. Among the worlds they visited was the luminous planet of Seraphia, a realm of ethereal beauty and wisdom, inhabited by a race of celestial beings known as the Seraphim. Moved by the Guardians' commitment to justice and liberation, the Seraphim welcomed them with open arms, offering their guidance and wisdom in the pursuit of a more harmonious future for all beings. Under the watchful guidance of the Seraphim, Zara and Captain Reed learned new ways to harness the cosmic energies that flowed through the universe, honing their abilities and deepening their connection to the vast mysteries of existence. They embraced the teachings of enlightenment and inner peace, channeling their newfound knowledge into their quest for a more equitable and compassionate galaxy. As they gazed out at the infinite expanse of space, Zara and Captain Reed knew that their journey was far from over. Together, they would continue to stand as beacons of hope and guardians of liberty, spreading a message of unity and understanding to all who sought a better future for themselves and their kin. And as the stars twinkled overhead and the cosmic winds whispered tales of heroes and legends, Zara and Captain Reed set their sights on the horizon, ready to embrace whatever challenges and adventures awaited them on the path towards tomorrow. For they knew that as long as they stood together, united in purpose and spirit, there was no obstacle they could not overcome and no future they could not shape with their own hands. The Guardians of Liberty journeyed far and wide across the galaxy, their reputation as champions of freedom and justice preceding them wherever they traveled. From the bustling metropolises of thriving space colonies to the remote outposts on the fringes of known space, Zara and Captain Reed spread a message of unity and compassion, inspiring beings of all species and creeds to stand together in the face of adversity. One day, an urgent distress signal led the Guardians to a distant outpost on the edge of the Orion Arm, where a mysterious anomaly threatened to engulf an entire star system in its enigmatic energy field. The inhabitants of the outpost, a diverse group of scientists and explorers, looked to the Guardians for help in unraveling the anomaly's secrets and preventing a catastrophe of cosmic proportions. Zara's keen intellect and expertise in technology, combined with Captain Reed's tactical acumen and leadership, proved to be invaluable as they delved into the heart of the anomaly, probing its unfathomable depths in search of a solution. Their allies among the Roloxians and Seraphim lent their wisdom and guidance, offering insights that transcended mere science and tapped into the cosmic energies that bound the universe together. As they worked tirelessly to unravel the anomaly's mysteries, the Guardians uncovered a revelation that shook them to their core. The anomaly was not merely a random occurrence, but a sentient entity of unimaginable power and consciousness, seeking to understand the nature of existence and its place within the cosmic tapestry. With compassion and understanding, Zara and Captain Reed reached out to the anomaly, forging a connection that transcended mere words and actions. They learned of its origins and its purpose, of the eons it had spent drifting through the void in search of meaning and purpose. Moved by the anomaly's plight, the Guardians of Liberty vowed to aid it in its quest for understanding, offering their friendship and guidance as the enigmatic entity navigated the vast expanse of the cosmos. Together, they embarked on a journey of discovery and enlightenment, exploring the wonders of the universe and unlocking the secrets of creation itself. As they traversed the stars in unity and harmony, the Guardians of Liberty came to realize that true strength lay not in domination or conquest, but in compassion and empathy. They forged bonds of friendship with beings of all walks of life, bridging the divides that once separated them and celebrating the diversity that made the galaxy a vibrant tapestry of existence. And as they gazed out at the infinite expanse of space, Zara and Captain Reed knew that their alliance had transcended mere heroism and become a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who sought a brighter future. Together, they stood as Guardians of Liberty, united in purpose and spirit, ready to embrace whatever adventures and challenges awaited them on the path towards a galaxy united in peace and understanding. As the Guardians of Liberty journeyed through the cosmos, their alliance forged in the crucible of adversity continued to grow stronger, their resolve unwavering in the face of new challenges and uncertainties. Together, they explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy, seeking out those in need of aid and guidance, their message of unity and compassion echoing across the stars. One day, a celestial event known as the harmonic convergence beckoned the Guardians to the heart of the Andromeda Galaxy, where beings of all species and civilizations converged to witness the cosmic spectacle. The convergence, a rare alignment of celestial energies that occurred once in a millennia, was said to bring about a profound shift in the fabric of reality itself, marking a moment of great significance for all sentient life in the universe. Zara and Captain Reed, accompanied by their allies among the Reloxians and Seraphim, stood at the center of a vast gathering of beings from across the galaxy, their hearts brimming with anticipation and awe. As the cosmic energies swirled and danced around them, a sense of unity and harmony enveloped the assembly, binding them together in a symphony of light and sound. The Guardians of Liberty, positioned at the focal point of the harmonic convergence, felt a surge of cosmic energy coursing through their very beings, a sensation that transcended the bounds of mortal comprehension. As they reached out to touch the essence of the convergence, a vision unlike any they had ever experienced unfolded before their eyes. In the depths of the cosmic maelstrom, they beheld a tapestry of existence woven from the threads of time and space, each strand a reflection of every being and civilization that had ever existed or would ever exist. They saw the interconnectedness of all life, the harmonious dance of creation and destruction that shaped the universe in its infinite complexity. A profound sense of unity washed over the Guardians, forging a bond that transcended words and actions, a connection that resonated with the very essence of their being. They realized that they were not just individuals fighting for a common cause, but threads in the grand tapestry of existence, each playing a vital role in the cosmic symphony that echoed through the stars. As the harmonic convergence reached its climax, a wave of cosmic energy spread outwards from the center of the gathering, illuminating the galaxy in a dazzling display of light and sound. Beings of all species and civilizations looked upon the spectacle with wonder and awe, their hearts filled with a sense of unity and understanding that transcended the boundaries of space and time. In that moment, the Guardians of Liberty knew that they had played a part in something greater than themselves, something that bound them to the very fabric of the universe. They stood as beacons of hope and inspiration, their alliance a testament to the power of compassion and empathy in a galaxy united in peace and harmony. And as the harmonic convergence faded into the cosmic void, leaving behind a legacy of unity and understanding that would endure for millennia to come, Zara and Captain Reed gazed out at the infinite expanse of space, ready to embrace whatever the future held with open hearts and minds. For they knew that as long as they stood together, united in purpose and spirit, there was nothing they could not accomplish in the pursuit of a brighter tomorrow for all beings in the vast tapestry of existence. Following the awe-inspiring events of the harmonic convergence, the Guardians of Liberty found themselves embarking on a new chapter in their journey through the cosmos. The echoes of unity and understanding reverberated across the galaxy, inspiring beings of all walks of life to stand together in pursuit of a brighter future characterized by peace, cooperation, and compassion. As they charted a course through the boundless expanse of the universe, Zara and Captain Reed continued their mission to aid those in need, to stand against injustice, and to foster connections that transcended the barriers of species, culture, and belief. Their alliance, forged through adversity and strengthened by the events of the harmonic convergence, had become a guiding light for all who sought to build a better tomorrow. One fateful day, a distress signal led the Guardians to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, where they encountered a nomadic species known as the Wanderers, whose homeworld had been ravaged by cosmic storms of unimaginable power. The Wanderers, a peaceful and enigmatic race, were on the brink of extinction, their numbers dwindling as they struggled to survive in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. Moved by the Wanderers' plight, the Guardians of Liberty pledged to aid them in their time of need, offering their assistance and guidance as the Wanderers sought to rebuild their shattered civilization and restore harmony to their embattled homeworld. Together, they worked tirelessly to harness the cosmic energies that had once threatened to tear their world asunder, channeling them towards a new purpose of healing and renewal. With Zara's technological expertise, Captain Reed's strategic acumen, and the guidance of their allies among the Reloxians and Seraphim, the Guardians helped the Wanderers unlock the secrets of their ancient knowledge and restore balance to their ancient knowledge. Once devastated planet, through unity, understanding, and cooperation, they brought hope to a people on the brink of extinction, forging a bond that transcended words and actions. As the cosmic storms abated and the skies above the Wanderers' homeworld cleared, a sense of peace and serenity descended upon the once troubled realm. The Guardians stood amidst the rejuvenated landscape, their hearts brimming with a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose, knowing that their alliance had made a difference in the lives of those they had helped save. And as they gazed out at the horizon, where the stars twinkled in the infinite expanse of space, Zara and Captain Reed knew that their journey was far from over. Together, they stood as guardians of liberty, champions of unity, and beacons of hope for all beings who dared to dream of a better future. For in the boundless expanse of the universe, they understood that as long as they stood united in purpose and spirit, there was no limit to what they could achieve in the pursuit of a harmonious tomorrow for all in the tapestry of existence.